Long day lay me low. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another stream, another fun stream, another show stream, promo stream. Get to know your creator stream. Maybe I should call them that. Get to know your creator. That's how you make titles. We are determined to get books funded, to get cool content out there to entertain the masses. No one can stop us. They try. Why do they try? With me as usual. Once I find my cursor, is the great Angela Curry. What's going on, Angela?
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm ecstatic.
That's a good word.
It's a good word. Do you want to know why I'm ecstatic, Angela?
Why are you ecstatic? Ecstatic?
That right there.
Hey.
That's why I'm ecstatic. We got the great PEDRO on.
I was muted, but I caught it.
You caught it. See that?
Yeah, I was in mute, but I didn't boomer it out. So.
You know why? You know why, PEDRO? You know why you caught it?
Why?
Because you're a pro.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Indeed.
Pro. Mm-hmm. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? How is your fine day in the glorious paradise of Panama?
Doing great. We got like the first heavy rain of the year, which is nice. It's been like very, very, very hot, and now it's like really like breezy, and the mosquitoes are coming up. So.
Oh, I love the mosquitoes. They're so nice. I noticed mosquitoes tend to usually go after women anyway, so I'm usually you know.
That they do.
Mosquitoes don't like me though, so I must be a.
I guess you're a dude. You're a 42-year-old white man. You're in CG.
I am.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
Came full circle.
Came full circle. Before we get into the nitty gritty of everything, we're gonna say hi to the chat.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got. Is that Past Master Dan? What's going on, man?
It is.
See you, Past Master. We like Past Master up in here.
Looking very cool.
We got the Ace Edwin up here. What's up,
Edwin?
Edwin? I gotta talk to Edwin, get him on one point these days. Oh, Praetor. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Praetor.
Yeah.
We got a good chat today. Got Paul Acevedo, a friend of mine. Welcome. Good to see you, old Couch Doodles days.
Yeah.
Nice. Everybody, by the way, like, share this out. Get some eyes on this glorious looking human below me. Yeah. So
remember to like and subscribe.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So you could say that there. That actually applies. That's what she said. You know.
Yeah. It is.
No, what's going on, Immortal?
She did say it.
She did say it. And so, PEDRO, we've known each other a while. We've known each other.
Yeah, we have.
We have. You know, we hang out on streams a lot. We have a good time. We have fun.
We do.
That's what this is, though. That's what creating all this stuff is, isn't it? Isn't it fun?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like the things like I noticed like how everybody's art is evolving ever since like this community like congealed or whatever word you want to apply to it. Yeah, dude, because everybody's getting better and better, and it's enervating.
Dude, I could spout out just off the top of my head. You know, Luke, hockey. You know, even me, I've seen my stuff grow. You know, just throughout the time. I mean, you're just seeing everybody just expanding because they're drawing every day. And like you and I used to hang out on Couch Doodles all the time, and like his motto, draw every day, draw every day. And it applies to everything that we do, but it's also create every day, I think, too. Keep your imagination fresh. Because you've been doing this for a while. I mean, not just like the comic stuff, but art in general. Like, what got you like being like, I want to do art? Cause it's not a moneymaker. You know what I mean? So, what made you want to pursue? I think the dog wants out. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay. What made me pursue art? I'll have to say stubbornness.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah, because the thing is like, I mean, I come from like upper middle class Panamanian. Like my parents could pay like college for me and my brother. And the thing is like when I was 18, like just fresh out of high school, they asked my brother what he wanted to study. He said like I want to study international finance. They asked me. I said I don't know. And that I don't know turned into law school because my dad's a lawyer. And yeah,
it makes sense. Lawyer, artist.
That's the thing. But it was like I don't know. I really enjoyed like law school. Really taught me how to investigate. so it wasn't like a lost cause. But dude, I was a very unhappy guy.
Was there a particular sect of law you were looking to go into?
At that time, I was. The thing is, like, the weed got in the way, man. I think I was going for maritime law, which makes sense in Panama because, I mean, half the ships in the world have like a Panamanian flag for the canal. So I was thinking about going into that, but the unhappiness was there, and I was like growing in class, and I mean, I'm a musician too, so I was like playing in bands, and I don't know, I was lost. And then things came to a head when I was in fourth year of law school. Like, I had a huge fallout with my dad, and I destroyed a bathroom with my fists.
As one does.
And at that moment, I said, like, maybe I need to change. And my mom, like, God bless her, she just told me, like, dude, like, you don't want to do this. What do you want to do? So I dropped out of law school. I started like working in graphic design right away because, I mean, I knew all the programs. Like, I had like Photoshop, Illustrator, and whatnot. And at that time, like, some graphic designers didn't even have access to the software, so I had like an advantage. So I'm making good money. A friend of mine says, like, hey, you always drawing. Why don't you go into animation? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I applied to this school in Canada called Van Arts, and the rest is history.
That's a change, Panama to Canada. I mean, like,
yeah.
No more hitting bathroom walls.
No. Ever since I studied animation and I immersed myself in art, my temperament changed.
Well, that was, I mean, granted, we're not going to get into the context of what the argument was, but still, that rage, you were unhappy. You were in an unhappy place, So, and if you're pursuing something that makes you happy, it tends to set you a little more at ease and calm. And also, you're young. When you're young, everything is just amped up to the nth degree.
And we're talking 1999 when that happened.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we're talking
young Sprite.
Pantera and Slipknot and those bands. That was like fuel.
Which we still enjoy today.
Yeah, we do, but we enjoy it differently. At that time, it was like,
it was pure rage, pure testosterone. Exactly. Just angst, the 90s angst, Generation X, don't know where we are or where we're going in this ocean of chaos. But yeah, so you went to Canada then. I mean, that had to be a huge change up. Now, I'm sure everybody asks, how long did it take you to adjust to the weather?
Oh, dude, the thing is, like, I've already lived in Georgia for a while.
Oh,
so
you skipped over that part.
Yeah, I lived in Georgia when I was like 12. So I knew like a little bit of cold. Canada is not the same cold; it's worse. But the thing is, like, Vancouver is like a microclimate because the city's too close to the sea, and then the mountains are really close to the city, so it doesn't snow that much. And it idles like around 9 or 10. When I was there for 2 years, and it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
What part of Canada were you in?
What's that?
What part of Canada were you in?
Oh, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Vancouver. That's north of where I am.
We actually, my work ships to British Columbia quite a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's kind of funny because I live in Ohio, which is northeast Ohio, so I'm like, stone's throw from Canada. Yeah. And 9 is still like, when you tell that, it's funny when people sit here 9 degrees, they're like, holy mother of Moses. But there's no wind. Like 9 is actually tolerable.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
not bad.
It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Once the wind kicks up.
After 6 months, I was there like with a light sweater going like, it's not cold, guys.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you are a taller, more robust man. So
never gone in the water though. Never gone in the water.
Man. That's for sharks. I mean, nobody wants to go in the things
like during the Canadian summer, like, oh my God, it's summer. And people like were hopping into the beach. It's like, dude, are you nuts? I just put my finger like, dude, this is ice cold fridge water. Go to hell. I'm not doing it.
Is Vancouver off the Pacific Ocean?
Pacific Ocean, yes.
Yeah, it's freezing.
It's like a famous Joe Rogan ice bath or something like that. You hear him talk about it all the time. Just go in the Vancouver Ocean. You don't have to worry about an ice bath.
And there's like a nude beach, and everybody's just like getting out of the water with shriveled old balls.
Shrinkage. The shrinkage is massive.
It was a disgrace.
Yeah, disgraceful. You're like, this is disgraceful as you participate. No, but yeah, I mean, it's a nude beach. Why not? Yeah. But yeah, no. So you're in
Went to a nude beach. Wait 1 second. To a nude beach.
Oh, there was a nude beach in Vancouver.
I was like, why are we skipping over that part?
It was full of guys.
Dude, that's what I hear. Nude beaches are like there's hordes of men. Like it's
hordes of men.
There's going to be women there.
Although you're going to get nipples, but it's going to be male nipples.
It's going to be male nipples, yeah. And if you're lucky, they're obese men, and then you're like, that's close enough.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Still boobs.
Yeah, it's a boob.
Boobs are boobs, I guess, if you're talking about it in that regard. But there's still stuff a little south of the border that do matter. Yeah, depending on your proclivities. So yeah. So how you were in there 2 years? So did you get a associate's degree then?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Animation, sir. Listen to you, all professional and stuff. Yes, sir. You're a funny guy. Yes, sir. Oh, I like that question. Yes, sir.
Like I appreciate your inquiry, sir.
Yes, that's a fine question, young man. So were you playing in bands in Vancouver then too? Because you were playing in Panama.
I used to play in a bar that had like a blues improvisation day.
Nice.
Every Sunday. There was this guy called like the Doctor, who was the guitar player, and I like mopping the floor with him. Because that was the thing. Like, as with artists, musicians get competitive, and it was kind of like I mean, in blues circles they call it head cutting, where people start like playing to see who plays better.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And that guy was the king there, but he wasn't ready for this tropical hotness.
Hey,
you brought the heat to Vancouver.
I brought the heat, yes.
Tropical wave coming in.
Yeah, dude. No, not really. Like, it was really cool. It was really cool. But we did get into it, like doing the whole like question answer with the playing.
You guys were never like, hey, we should actually just collaborate and get something going.
Nah, because he was busy and I was a student. Like, I really didn't have time to play in bands. Like, dude, I got into school at 9 a.m. and I got off at midnight every day.
Oh, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Very focused.
I know the grind. Yeah, I went to the Art Institutes, Fort Lauderdale, and yeah, dude, this is what people don't understand. Like lawyers and stuff. Like, you guys study. They study hard. They do, but you have to do a full on like 18 by 24 inch oil painting in like a week. You know, you're like on top of all. That's just one class on top of all the other classes that you have, dude. You're cracking open Red Bulls and snorting coke off of hookers. I mean, maybe the hooker isn't there, but still, no. It's an insane grind. Like, it's crazy the amount of time that you have to put into these things. So you're right. There's really almost, and if people are doing extracurricular activities, usually their work does suffer in school, and they're getting grades. So.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
like, and I wasn't eating well or anything.
Oh, dude, it's wrong. Hey, Amanda B, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Amanda?
Yeah, dude, it's top ramen or $1. If you're lucky, you have $1. You can go to McDonald's.
Actually, I don't know. This is gonna sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I don't want to say I blame, but I think the reason was there was only like 5 black guys in Vancouver. I was surrounded by women bringing me food.
So you got lucky.
Yeah, like I was like, "Hi, Pedro, how you doing? Have you had lunch?" Like, no.
It's the eccentricities of being a cultured individual is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. And they wanted to learn how to dance salsa. I really leaned into that. Like,
dude, the accent, without a doubt. You're further up north. Oh, he's exotic. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had to like scrounge around for $1 to go to dollar menu at McDonald's, picking up cigarette butts off the ground and smoking them because I was, hard up for smokes. But it's a grind though, man. You're not wrong. And you learn animation, which is even, I think, a little bit more difficult maybe than just illustration.
It's not more difficult. It's more time consuming.
That's what I mean. Like, as far as colleges go, animation is more time into the program, doing all that stuff. If I'm doing a drawing or a painting even, it's swash. Like, I can get away with, that's my style. Yeah. There's a lot of steps that go into an animation. So you kind of have to sit just either at the computer, or did you learn 2D as well?
I went 2D and 3D. The thing is, like, it was a 2 year program, and the first year it's all 2D. And I learned and
Nice.
pencil and paper, man, and flipping. I know how
Yeah.
to flip drawings.
I think
That was
that's
awesome.
I think that's key with any art medium, well,
Mhm.
dude, even music, because they have
Yeah.
programs now. But you should learn. Everybody should learn traditional first. You
Yeah.
should learn how it was made, or is made, or could be made. It just enhances a digital process at that point. And also,
Mhm.
if your computer crashes or something, you can always just be like, I could just do this traditional for a little bit, bang it out, scan it in. It takes 2D takes forever, but
Yeah, dude.
I think the rewards at the end of 2D are better, or just greater, because
And the thing's like, I'm so disillusioned with CGI right now,
oh
because
yeah.
and not only because I don't want to bash in people's jobs. I just want to say, like, for example, when I was in school, obviously I'm in Canada, so I'm using a Canadian made program called Softimage, which is an amazing platform, and that's a platform I learned. Uh, because I got married, I didn't stay in Canada or went to the U.S. because my my then girlfriend, then wife, now ex-wife, wanted to live in Panama. So when I come to Panama, like, all the studios where I was working, they use 3ds Max. So I have to learn 3ds Max, translate what I learned. So I call that migrate.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I can do migration in 2 months now because I have to do it so much. Because then,
Yeah,
okay, I
you're
learned
used to it.
3ds Max. Then, like, hey, we want to introduce Maya into Panama. Okay, perfect. There's only like 4 animators in Panama who can do CGI properly. So I take the Maya course, migrate to Maya, then Maya buys Softimage. That got merged. Softimage disappears, and then, like, 3ds Max buys Maya, and now this, like, this hybrid that's taking tools from 3ds Max and Maya, and but the particle system, it's what was in Softimage, so it's a Frankenstein that doesn't really work well. And I was like, dude,
No.
I not my thing, man, not my thing. I rather depend on my hand.
And that's
So
the other
I
thing. No, go ahead, dude.
and that's why I'm now pushing
Yo,
in
Michael T.
2D. I want people to learn 2D, and let's make 2D. Let's revive. I want to revive the 70s, like the limited animation of the 70s, like Maitor, Young Samson, Shisan with an N. That kind of series. Grab RIPs and start doing shows like that for a YouTube channel or whatever. Like, dude, that's gonna be awesome. And
Yeah,
that's my
I
plan.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. And the other thing is, like you were just saying, like this program got melded into this company, that program got melded in this one.
Mm-hmm.
You had to relearn tools, relearn things.
Yeah.
If you're working 2D, even if it's just a simple, the camera shots 2D, you don't have to really integrate your skills into another program. Try to relearn everything. You
Exactly.
know it all already. Like
Yeah.
you're set. Like
Yeah.
the good thing about that then is if there was a program out there, because you could do 2D in Photoshop, like
Yeah.
really, you could. It's because you and I were discussing backstage a little bit. This like this simple, you learn the in between steps and everything like that, and you could fill her in and do if you know what to do. You can, but even still, like I said, you could just draw it traditionally, scan everything in, and then just
Mm-hmm.
go about that way
Yeah,
too. So
exactly.
learning the basics, the traditional fundamentals is so core and key, and it's lost in a lot of people these days because
Yeah,
digital is such an easy thing to get into. It's right
yeah.
there. And
A lot of people do tweening, which is basically like you have your model, you do a pose, then you make the other pose, and you allow the computer to interpolate from one pose to the other, and that's how you get what is called syrupy animation, an animation that looks deaf, and I'm seeing that in feature films today, which is a travesty. Like, the art form is dying because people are not paying attention
yeah,
to.
things have weight to them, and if you use
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
automatic just filler in, the
Hmm.
computer's not going to really like integrate all the other like atmosphere pressure or like
Yeah.
moisture in the air or like a cloth moving in the breeze or something the
Yeah.
way it should. You're going to miss all those slightly little fillers that you
Hmm.
get, and also those little fillers you can put your own little flair into them and
Exactly.
be like,
That's
oh, I
that's
recognize that's Pedro's little flair that he
Yeah, like
does.
that's the artistry. For example, if you
Hmm.
do like cloth and you do a particle simulation of cloth blowing in the wind, it might look realistic. But what if you want to say something with the cloth flying in the wind that's ominous and will take you to the next scene? What algorithm would you change? Like the seed? It's not 1 2 2 2 5, so it's just 3 3 4 4 5 5 to see where you get it, or maybe if you draw it, you do exactly what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what taught me. It was called the long shortcut. Like you do it because you know what you want to say. If it's a lot of work, then that's what it is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and now, so you got your degree, you're copacetic. You guys moved back to Panama. Were you able to find work right away? Did you get into a field?
Yeah.
Or were you like,
yeah, that it was very cool coming back to Panama because there's no industry here, right? And there's a lot of people that want to do stuff, but they don't have the expertise. They don't have the know-how. Some don't have the expertise or the know-how, but have the money. And the thing is, like, when I come down with the degrees and showing people, because there's always people who are like all talk. I was like, okay, here's my reel, and it was a VHS type.
Yeah,
I'm that old. It turned into a CD. It turned into a CD.
It turned into a CD later, and then now it's like on a flash drive or something.
A DVD, yeah.
Or you can even just send it to them in email.
Yeah. And the things like I'm only showing because being in Vancouver, I did clean up on a couple of series and a feature film because
nice.
That's what students do. Like you go, like, there's work, it's paid work, and you're Latin American. Come on around here. No papers needed. So the thing is, like, I did work on the season that went straight to DVD for Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, cool, dude.
John Chris Felici has his studios in North Bend, so I worked there with freaking cleanup artists. I wasn't really an animator. It was like the lowest of the low.
Still, that's a cool thing to have on your resume.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, I did a couple of cleanup drawings on this DreamWorks movie called the Sinbad. Like 12 people saw it. It was
I was gonna say I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah, so DreamWorks made this 2D animated film called Sinbad, the Travels of Sinbad or something, and yeah. They were doing part of the cleanup in Bardell Animation, which was like 2 blocks away from my school. So I just went there. Hey, you need help? Yeah, sure. And that's how it worked. You just go like, hey, I'm a student in Von Art. This is my reel. Oh, come on, the right ears, kid. We're gonna pay you. You're from Panama. We can pay you in chicken, right? Like, yeah,
we can pay you. Yeah, we can chicken feed. Yeah,
chicken feed,
you out there.
Awesome.
Yeah. You can feed the chickens. You have roosters there. So
I have roosters. So
we've heard them plenty of times.
Yeah.
So there was that. But once I got to Panama, it was mostly working on commercials. So I did a lot of like a chicken mascot selling chicken McNuggets. It's
a good segue. We pay you in chickens, and now you're making commercials for chickens. Yeah.
Yeah, or like dude, the one of the commercials that paid me the most. And dude, this is like my life is very surreal. Like I'm doing a commercial on an adult diaper, and I have to make a water simulation. Blue water falling on a diaper, and it was like 3 weeks of work because they wanted like complete realism and water simulation with the tools at the time. The rendering times were insane. So I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm talking with my peers, like guys who graduated with me. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm working at Bungie, man. I'm at Microsoft. I'm working on Halo 3. It's like, yeah, I'm doing a diaper. And
people need them. People need them.
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
Yeah. And no, the thing is like, I'm modeling the Scorpion. You know, the tank.
Yeah,
he was on the unit working on the tank for Halo.
I mean, it's not the coolest job ever, but you're not doing the coolest thing there is.
No, really. But the thing is like, he asked me like, but what you doing? What you doing? Like, I want to see. So I sent him the scene. Like, so what are you doing? Like, everything. What do you mean everything? Like, yeah, I modeled the diaper, I textured the diaper, I did the realistic lighting, and I did the simulation for the water. You're doing all that? I'm only modeling, man. We'll be making bank here. Like, dude, I'm gonna hire a hitman and kill you. Shut up.
I'm taking you out. That's it.
I'm taking you out.
Does this commercial still exist? This adult diaper commercial?
It should be in the YouTube. Like I could find it, but I don't like driving slowly through car crashes. It's a travesty.
No, it's fine. We don't have to pull it up. Yeah. I mean, like I said, not the coolest thing ever, and like obviously but you're doing way more work on top of it.
Yeah, but it paid really well. It paid so well that my wife didn't need to work. And
Oh, that's
dude,
always
like,
good.
yeah, like
Wow.
I bought the house, and
Wow.
I had we had cars,
Ooh.
and she
For an
kept the
adult
house.
diaper commercial?
Yeah, and she kept the house.
Yeah. Yeah, the horrors, happy stories with Pedro are
Yeah.
infamous on Topicless. Yeah, so tune into Topicless if you want to hear some wonderful Pedro stories.
Stories, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I mean, life it throws curves, and how you
Yeah.
overcome them and how you move forward. That creates character. It creates a perseverance, and it strives us to be what we are today. Like
Yeah, exactly.
if we were people who are like, oh, it's a little hard right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and give up and just smoke weed in the garage all day long. We wouldn't be where we're at right now. Like, because this is hard work doing what we're doing. Like, on top of that, working full-time jobs, a lot of us too. So you're working two jobs on top of one another.
I do smoke weed in the garage, but
not all day.
Not all day.
Not all day. That's the key thing. All day. I mean, dude. Hey, we hung out with Frega all the time. He was just constantly high. Yeah. So working hard though. Working hard. So yeah, there's nothing. I don't condone that behavior at all. But my whole thing is, like, accepting defeat. Like, you could be smoking weed all day or getting drunk all day or just sinking into yourself. But and maybe it does happen for a little bit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. I've been there too. But we still move forward though. Well, yeah, and that's the opening scene. No one on this determination. Like, you can't. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna strive forward. And so, like the bad things happened in your life. Then, so were you still working in the animation field? Did things curve your way? Or,
yeah.
So
the thing is, like, okay. So while I'm having, like, what I called my past life, which is like my marriage, it lasted like 12 years. I'm working in the animation field, mostly advertising. I'm getting fed up with doing advertising, right? So in 2008, because I already, like, I'm not only like doing commercials, like being hired, but I'm managing accounts. So I have like direct clients. So I have a little bit of capital, and it's like, dude, I'm just done with this. I don't want to do another, like, underwear commercial. Like, this is just...
You're getting burnt out.
Yeah, dude. I wanna just, like, I don't know, rip out my esophagus. Like, that's how I felt. And I had started applying to jobs in video game studios. At that time, like, so you're talking 2007, 2008. That's
video games are big.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I sent my reels, and I got this studio in San Diego that said, "Oh, we like your stuff, but we're not gonna help you with the visa. So just if you make it to San Diego, the job is yours."
Oh, wow.
So I speak with my then wife, and it's just like, "Hey, there's this opportunity. We can rent the house, so we can have some income, and we'll move to San Diego. Like, this is a new start. You're a theater major. You're not making that much money with theater here. Maybe you can make it there, right?" And she said, "Okay." But that night she started crying, like, "I'm gonna miss my mom and my brothers." And then it's like, okay, maybe I can go on my own, settle, and then I'll fetch you, like, bring you in,
later on.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm not holding this against her, because my life's journey have been all my decisions.
Right.
I wanted to be with her, so I don't want to guys to interpret that I'm, like, blaming her for how my life ended up, because I don't. But the thing is, like, her friends, like, had this company that basically, like, sent students abroad, and they sat down with me, like, "Pedro, like, what you have, it's an asset for Panama, and you should make an animation school." And I never thought of that. Like, me, a teacher, I swear a lot.
Be like, there's gonna be interesting lessons.
Yeah, like, I swear a lot, and I'm always saying, like, screwed up shit. Like, how am I gonna be a teacher? But then they convinced me, like, "Hey, let's try this out." So we started making, like, they call this down here, like, diplomados, which is basically like a 2-week course to let people know. And dude, it was very profitable. Like, people really wanted to learn animation. So in 2008, I opened my animation school called ISAD. And
does that mean anything?
Instituto Superior de Animación y Diseño.
Yes.
Sí.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, so now I'm an animation teacher, and this gives me a completely different profile because now the government wants to talk with me and invited me to things like they were doing
man.
like the cinema law for Panama. I was part of that. Like I'm one of the co-signers of the Panamanian cinema law.
Ah, that's cool.
Sounds really dumb now that I say it because we make.
I think that's really cool, but hey, I see. But it's fascinating things to me, like these journeys people take, what steps they're, what they're involved in, getting to know what the person did or does, and how. Like I would have known that. Like I've seen Tropical Magics, and I knew your animation background. I didn't know that stuff. That's cool, man.
I felt very uncomfortable talking about that though.
Then don't talk about it.
No, it's just that it's donde está tu pito pequito, es pequeñito, Michael.
No secret messages between you two now, okay? Exactly. I don't want this. Yeah, us gringos here. Yeah.
Yeah, having the
no habla española.
Española with the quesadilla.
With the quesadilla.
So yeah, dude. That's the thing. Like the last time I was involved with all that nonsense, they sent me to Costa Rica because they wanted to make like a knowledge corridor between Costa Rica, Panama, and Colombia to incentivize the animation industry.
Like an ambassador.
Yeah, dude, it was a waste of time.
Oh, that sucks.
It was all like like government talk.
Oh, yeah, I think it's dull.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like I'm there, like wearing a suit and a tie. It's like, dude, if there's no hookers after this, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm a little upset.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be a little upset.
I'm gonna be upset.
If I can't do shots out of a hooker's belly button, I'm gonna be a little mad.
A little mad because this is a waste of time. So yeah, so that's the thing. Like I'm living in this bubble, right? And in 2014, I got divorced. I got in like a really big depression to the level that I had to close the school because I just couldn't go on. Like I had the school with her, I had the house with her. I'm on square one, and dude, I became like an employee again. It was weird. So I started working at a TV station, working on the first. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna get your channel struck, but it's.
Nah, you don't care.
It's what it was. It was the first gay channel in Panama.
How dare you say such words?
Yeah, but it was what it was. It was called Oh Yeah.
Oh Yeah, I like that. Hey.
Actually, that's what it means. Hey. So that was the name of the channel, and I'm doing like all the bugs and all the things. And now I'm working.
But it's work. It's work either way. You know what I mean? And hey, they need entertainment too. Why not? You know? Yeah. They seek it out. You know.
Did anyone try and any propositions? Did they make you food?
Did they make you food?
Where?
Just on the channel.
On the channel? No, in Panama, I'm a regular guy. So no.
Yeah, he doesn't have the exoticness.
You don't bring off them fair.
No.
They weren't gringos. Yeah.
They weren't gringos. The thing is, like, I'm really tall in Panama, so that's always like I want to dance with him. But
how tall are you? How tall are you?
6'4".
He's a heightist. Don't listen to. See, there you go. 6'4". Yeah. We know you're tall. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
all about the height.
It's not that tall in the U.S., but down here I'm a freaking engineer from Alien. But the thing is, like, as I'm working on the TV station, and I'm talking. This is 2017. I'm already
not too long ago, really.
Yeah. I got out. I closed the school. I got my first job at this like animation studio, but they closed down, and then I went to the TV station. And the thing is, like, I'm 2 years in working it, and I'm starting to get the itch. Like, dude, I hate being an employee. I need to do my own thing. And the thing is, like, I don't weigh 170 pounds, Michael T. I'm 230.
Just shake your head.
I weigh 170, Michael T.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the thing is like I'm still getting the itch. Like I want to do my own thing.
Right.
And I go like, okay, let's go into video games because there's a lot of kids going like, oh, profesor, because that's what they call me, profesor.
Mm.
Dude, you should go with these engines that are coming now. Like with your knowledge of animation, you can make like 2D games really easy. And I get into that, and I mean, I think I've shown you. Like I've
You
done,
did. I love that mobile
yeah,
game. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
I love
programmers
it.
here are very inconsistent, and the games are not finished. And I started that in 2018. They're not finished yet. It's just like screw that.
Yeah.
And then like um I'm teaching at this college, and I'm trying to do video games, and the pandemic starts. And when the pandemic starts, I was living with a girlfriend. We broke up because she was a I don't know, flight attendant. Is that the proper?
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say
That's
lesbian. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This one?
Well, I mean, they could still work it out if she was, but no, yeah, flight
No.
attendant, I could see. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was a flight attendant, and the relationship was going great because we didn't see each other that much, and she was grounded, obviously, and we're at home all day, and it just exploded in our faces.
Yeah.
aw.
And yeah, like I was homeless for 2 days because I couldn't get out of the city. Like where I'm living now is not in Panama City. I was living in Panama City, and this like belongs to my family, but I'm not living in the big house. This is like apartments they were renting, but I kind of like privacy because during the weekends, like everybody comes here to enjoy the pool or whatever. So I just like no,
Yeah.
I
The
want people
horses and the
interrupting me.
dogs and the roosters do too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're no
so-
longer near the roosters, or you still have roosters?
No, the
nearby?
roosters are here, but
I never hear them.
we killed like 4 of them.
Yeah, they murdered
You-
them.
Yeah, we murdered
What?
livestock here.
Did
Yeah,
you eat it? Did you
Yeah.
get the rooster meat?
Mhm.
Does it taste like
Well, yes,
would-
chicken.
yeah, it's
Does it taste
cockabong.
like chicken? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's tougher, so it needs a lot of fire.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's what they say. Like bull meat is like it's doesn't taste like cow. But it's like a different. I think it's like tougher. Is what I've heard.
Hmm.
I can't confirm.
Fascinating.
Let me make one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting goats now, so
Ooh, nice.
Oh my goodness. Pygmy goats?
You can make some gyros.
yeah, we're doing and do the mustache thing and go, hey, friend, you like the sauce?
Yeah, you're like a tzatziki sauce.
You like the tzatziki sauce. So yeah, the thing is like now
So
I'm
racist.
here, and that's when I met you guys. Like,
Yeah, well, so like you're homeless pretty much a couple days. So,
Yeah.
but how are you then? Were you on your phone just watching Frega or something? Like, what
No,
got
no,
you into that? Then?
no, okay. So when I was homeless, like I was terrified because it's the beginning of the pandemic and everybody's like promising Ebola, which was a huge turnout. Because there's like a huge turnout. It's like, dude, it's not that deadly. Come on.
No, it's not.
Like I stressed all over this, but whatever. Like, and an aunt gave me like a place to stay for 2 weeks until I can get like my permits to get out of the city. So that was the problem. I couldn't get out of the city, and it was at my aunt's place where I like started like, dude, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I found the video because I knew who Dan Frager was, and I saw his like declaration of I am comics, you know,
Yeah.
that video. It was like, yeah,
It was like, yeah.
what's comics game?
Dude, and yeah, I kind of knew, I caught wind of it here and there too because of Frega, like just him talking about it, and I'm like, I still don't know either, and I didn't even know, I knew Ethan a little bit because I just remember Cyberfrog though, I didn't know like, oh, Ethan meant Cyberfrog, I remembered Cyberfrog, but yeah, Frega, I was like, oh damn, Frega, we grew up with that stuff, you know, for the most part. I mean, you were heavy into animation. But obviously you knew Frega, so you knew comics. Like what? We're gonna sidetrack a little bit. What comics were you into then when you were growing up? Like what caught your attention? What caught your eye?
So living in Latin America, we don't have comic book shops per se. So getting your hands on comics is very difficult. So basically, what got me into comics was my brother. He was working at a paper recycling mill. Like it was like his first job. Like he was like a year and a half older than me. So I'm like 17, he's like 18, like going on 19. And he comes one day to the house with a box. Like, dude, they was gonna burn this. And I know you draw. You're gonna love this. Like, it was like huge, like old timey TV set box full of comics.
Oh, nice.
And dude,
that's cool.
Yeah, dude, I got like Jim Starlin's Breed. I got sections of the Infinity Gauntlet there. There was a lot of X-Men.
That's some good stuff right off the gate for
There was a lot of Batman, but the thing's like I'm okay. Like, okay, the drawings are cool. I know English, so I'm reading these comics, but the stories are incomplete. So it's like, do I have to imply what's happening here?
But it caught you though. It
caught me.
You're like, I need to know more. I need to know more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then that became my cocaine, man. Like I started like doing mail orders.
Yeah, you kind of have to in your area then. Yeah.
Yeah, to Mile High Comics, and I was like, that's how I got like the Weapon X series, the complete Weapon X
Barry Windsor Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that's how I got into comics, but it was too expensive, and then I discovered weed, so it was like weed or comics.
Weed or comics. Well, also one is way more obtainable than the other.
And not only that, the thing's like when you have weed, chicks hang out with you. When you have comics,
you're not wrong there, buddy. I can vouch for that. Because I had comics.
Hey, baby, X-Men.
Yo, baby, I got Wildcats #1. Want to come over?
Come over? Like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Jim Lee, baby. Todd McFarlane.
Baby, Todd McFarlane.
You like Sam Keith? I like Sam Keith.
Look at this rack. This could be you. It's like, no, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Not gonna work. Yeah. Well, and that's honestly, dude, like, because I collected from like 10 to 20, 21. But, dude, alcohol and hanging out at bars and women, yeah, forget about it. That was like what, I fell off the comic wagon. Yeah. So, yeah, I understand where you were going with that one. But you were still bit, though. I mean, you got bit later a little bit because of 17, 18, but you didn't know they even were there, like, because they were just on your peripheral until your brother saw them.
Yeah, I was aware that.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, we did get, like, X-Men the animated series, and we did get, like, Batman the animated series. So I saw all that in animation. And like, dude, it's impossible not to be a weeb down here, Pressmaster Dan. That's another thing. Like, growing up in Panama, since we don't have like production of our own, we import almost everything animation-wise. And the things that some people will get. There's this studio in Chile, like this. I don't know. It's not a translation. How do you call that? Like dubbing studio. Yeah.
Okay.
A dubbing studio in Chile, and they will go to Japan and buy. Like with like any customer, just buy like anime and bring it to Chile, not really translated, but make up the dialogue, and they would sell it to the rest of Latin America. So you'll see like all the giant super mecha anime. You see like real mecha like Gundam, Macross. You get like all Saint Seiya, Dragon Ball, like everything complete. Like, so most people here who are fans of comic books are mainly weebs first.
Yeah.
So it's very.
It's a very saturated, weebery, manga, anime. It's massive. Like, it's just massive. It's just so wide. It's a wide net. Not only that, it's everybody is familiar with it, even if you don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen it everywhere, no matter what. Westernized comics is a different particular style. Some people don't even like at all because of the way it looks, and it's fine. And I mean, unless you grew up and lived here, that's what you're used to. And so that's why for us in the Western area or where we're at, it's harder to get into manga because we're so used to the Western part. So,
and the other thing about weebs down here is that if you enjoy gorditas. Weeb is the way to go.
Really?
Because all the gorditas are weebs down here.
It's interesting.
Yeah, like the gordita I get at Taco Bell?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Not that kind of gordita.
I don't know my Espanol.
It's just like really like weeby nerdy chicks.
Yeah, it's still tasty, but different kinds.
Yeah, because the thing is like they went from goth chicks to
Two weeds.
Basically like cosplayer.
Yeah.
So a
I'm
girl
not
that
mad at
likes
him.
goth or a girl that likes Weebery is a gordita?
That's how they look. Like I have to send you pictures.
I need to Google this.
He'll DM you. He'll DM you. He'll DM you.
I'll DM you because
Yeah.
I don't want
Okay.
to get this.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's how you got to know Frege, and like his style is art. Like, was it Black Flag? Was it Bloodstrike, or was it just his Marvel stuff like Wolverine?
I knew him from his Wolverine. Like that's how I was familiar with him, or for his Wolverine, and then like Gear Station. Like,
oh, dude, I gotta pick up Gear Station. I gotta find it. I've been trying to find it. To find it. It's hard to get. Yeah. So I'm surprised you even saw Gear Station, dude.
Yeah, no. The thing is, like, dude, like, you have down here, you have very dedicated people. Like, if you're a comic book fan, it's gonna cost you, and people get like very obsessive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you never heard Gordita, Henry Bemis? Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that kind of like. You can get a threesome with Sailor Moon. And
yeah. Or combo number 2 at Taco Bell, but
actually people call it that.
Yes. My ex-wife's from Mexico, so I know they use different terms for different things than what we're used to. But we Americanize everything.
Yeah,
we appropriate it. That's what we do. It's ours now.
The thing is, like, it's cool. Sometimes when I'm in America, people will talk to me with Mexican slang, and I'm as lost as they are. We don't speak like Mexicans down here. It's like,
right. Well, it's like, dude, it's like me going to South Virginia or Southern Virginia or something like that in the southern part of Virginia. It's like totally different dialects sometimes, different slang, different words. Just even though it's a similar language, there's way different like stuff going on there.
Yeah, what Fastmaster Dan said. Yeah, small fat chick.
Yeah. So Frege, like we all hung out on Couch Doodles, and that's how we all got to know each other.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And
yeah,
even back then, you had because you really wanted to do your own thing. You were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
So was Tropical Magics your first baby? Like that was your first concept? What you came out with? Because I remember Tropical Magics back then.
Yeah, I've done comics before.
Hmm?
I did a comic book in college, which was like a Hitman thing, very like Colombia based. I don't want to bring that back. And then I was hired in 2013, I think, to do this like ecological comic book. So that should be like my first dive into comic books, those 2 books. But they both suck. So I like to say Tropical Magic is my first book. But it's not.
Well, but I mean, it kind of is though. Like, I mean, I could say I had plenty of ideas as a kid, and I even drew like little things that weren't published or anything.
But these are published. Like,
well, I'm just saying, like there's still. It's not really your first one. Like, you know what I mean? Like this Tropical Magic is like your first baby, and that's why you went with it. And I backed the first camp. I got it. It's gorgeous, dude. Like I love the artwork. I think the pitch, because you say it's Cheech and Chong meets what again?
Mad Max.
Yeah, so I think people misconstrue the Cheech and Chong part of it though.
Yeah,
when they just think it's all pot and weed and stuff, and it's like it's humorous. You got that humor part to the Cheech and Chong, and it's great. And the artwork's fantastic. I'm a big art guy, as you know. It took me like 7 hours to read it because I'm blind, but I read it, and great story, man. Very engaging. I was very happy that I took the time to read it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm a huge like sci-fi fan. Even though I don't look it, I don't know. But I've read like Dune and Asimov and all that stuff. And whenever I make story, I can't help but like pick up from that flavor. So my stories tend to be that way. And it was nice because this is like this is like my attempt at making like an 80s action adventure movie. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Like I felt I was making like Tremors or Big Trouble in Little China. That kind of like
both great.
Well, you know that kind of adventure that has action, but there's like a fantastical element to it. There's a little bit of humor. So that's what I'm trying to do with Tropical Magics, and I had fun doing it, and I sincerely hope
it shows. It shows.
The people who read it had fun too.
Yeah, and we are going to play the trailer now. Don't be mad. I still have the old one when we did Test Your Might. I still have the Indiegogo one. So at the end it says Indiegogo. Just ignore that. It's not on Indiegogo.
It's all right.
But let's roll that because, as you know, Pedro is an animator. So let's roll that beautiful beat footage.
Let's do it.
Yeah, see, it's on Fun My Comic, everybody.
It's on Fun My Comic.
Beautiful animation, sir. I love that trailer.
Thank you, man.
It's great.
It's
and
so
of course,
fun.
you've done a lot of trailers for a lot of people, including Frog G back today on Indiegogo. And I'm sure you get a lot of people hitting you up for animation stuff because you are really good at it, my friend.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
You're very welcome. But you are also a very good comic book illustrator. So tell us about Tropical Magics.
Okay, so Tropical Magics, it's as I said, like an 80s adventure comic book. I don't want to say movie because I've learned to respect the medium now that I did it like completely, like I immersed myself into it. Because that's a thing, like when people say like, yeah, but you're an animator first. Like, yeah, but if I'm gonna do a comic book, I'm gonna do it as a comic book. You know what I mean? I respect the fact that I'm not working in a 16:9 environment.
And not only that, you can see like there's more detail that you put into these panels and
exactly.
So a lot of the scenery and stuff like that. So you can tell you know how to distinguish and what to put more time into in certain areas. So
exactly. And there was a learning curve with this one because I've never inked seriously up until now. And working with RT Bear, I don't want to drop names, but
no, we were gonna get into that, so that's fine because I'm jealous. So go ahead.
So working with RT Bear, like dude, like I did a book with him, Black and White, High Octane, and dude, that was like college to me. And I said to him, like, dude, I need a post-it from you. It says like Pedro graduated from the RT Bear School of Hard Knocks or something. I need that. Dude, that gentleman has taught me so much in 22 pages.
Nice.
That I basically needed to review all the inking in the book after I finished Black and White, High Octane. And now that I'm doing all the stuff, I see the progress, and I see the glasses and the beard of Art going like, no, you're doing that wrong, Pedro. I know, Art. I know.
We know. Yeah, it's been my pleasure to hang out with Art a couple times. So he's a fun guy. Loves comics, loves the medium, this technique and everything. It's such a great dude, man. And I love the fact that you get to learn from him and grow from him. And this is what's great. Did you ever think, when you were 20, 17, 18, 20, even still, even 2 years ago, I'm gonna learn from RT Bear. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, dude, like the thing is, like, finally, I get to brag to the guys that. Well, okay. The first time I bragged to the guys who studied with me is when I told them, like, George Scribner is my good friend, and I mean, I don't know if you don't know who George Scribner is. He's the director of Ollie and the Gang by Walt Disney Studios.
Okay.
He's Panamanian, So I met him in one of my ambassadorial duties, and dude was like, "Oh, you're an animator. You're a true animator. Oh my god, you should have worked in Disney." It's like, shut up, George. I wouldn't. I don't want to do that. But yeah, but then now I was like, yeah, I'm working with RTV. I was like, did you have a deal with the devil? Like, no.
No, it's hard work and determination, and it paid off because he noticed what you did. He notices quality, and you got to learn from it.
So, and you just got to put yourself out there, man. And that's what I tell everybody who like ask me like how do you achieve stuff like that? You put yourself out there. I'm not like one of the high tier earners on CG. Dude, I don't care. Like, dude, I'm doing exactly what I love. Yep. People are looking for my work, and I'm helping them with their trailers. There's a lot of projects coming, and dude, the sky's the limit. If I don't make like all the money now, I'm gonna make it later.
Right.
But sooner or later, I'm buying a farm.
Let's go.
And I gotta have enough money where I can kill my workers, and nobody will say anything.
No one will say anything, man. It's like in Sin City. It's the farm. Yeah.
He's too loaded. He's too loaded. We can't do anything. Yeah. That's
your disciples. Yes.
That's not my dream, guys. That's not.
No, not yet. But anyway,
not yet.
Give it time. So Tropical Magic's the book, the comic. It's kind of like a love letter, maybe, to like the 80s genre.
Yeah, to the 80s action adventure genre.
There you go.
The thing is, like, since it started from a fever dream, because I mean the whole, I don't want to say concept, but the imagery started from when I was sleeping in my car, and I was having really weird dreams for some reason, and I saw this like destroyed city with two guys watching at the city, and it was like Juanca and Miguel, the two protagonists, and from there I started drawing, and I did like 8 pages. Like, if you get the art of Tropical Magics, you'll see like the first 8 pages I drew that made no sense because I was just drawing because I was like, I need to get this thing out. After 8 pages, like, okay, sit down and write the script, you idiot. You're not making any sense. So I did that, and when writing the script, I started to pick up from stuff like, dude, what relationship I want out of these two guys is
right.
I mean, it's all about character, and it's like, okay, how about I grab Val and Earl from Tremors, which is like day laborers, and dude, they're like going from town to town doing the odd jobs nobody wants to do. And then, like, but their relationship is more like Cheech and Chong. Like, one is a goofball, the other is kind of like absent-minded, but not as goofy as the other one. So I mix those two elements, and then, like, okay, let's do the villains. So I do those 3 guys first, and from those 3 guys, then, okay, look, who's their boss? And from there, like, all the story grabbed like a structure, and it's a 4-book arc. Like, it's a finite story. It's not gonna be like ongoing forever.
Right.
That's how I'm envisioning it, and it has a lot of turns. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
No, like I said, I read it. I loved it. I recommend it. This is a second chance campaign. What differs this from the other campaign that you have? Like, okay, I already backed the first one. Is there something special in here, like variant cover, different cover, or different extra cover. Goodies?
Yeah, it's a different cover, and I have goodies, but if we reach stretch goals, and we're not there yet. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, as of right now, we're mainly talking about like the book itself. You know, we won't get into stretch goals. You know, this is just to get to know Pedro, get to know his book, get to know what he's doing, and Tropical Magic is on. Link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's also in the description below. It's also on Kickstarter. I pinned that too below in case you prefer Kickstarter. You know, whatever your you know.
Yeah, dude, like I'm openly against Indiegogo and Kickstarter, but I mean the backer is cheap, and if they want to back in Kickstarter and Indiegogo, I'll put them there. I really would love to bring awareness to what Luke Stone is doing, because this is going to help everybody. And Fund My Comic, to me, it's a position we need to be. We need a place where we don't need to fear to be shadow banned because they
just because of we're in an associated with a particular.
Yeah, exactly. Just because they think I voted for Trump. And
Yeah,
I
and
can't
you
vote.
did. We know you did, sir.
You know what guy asked me on Twitter, like, did you vote for Trump? Like, dude, I'm not American. It's like,
Not an American, dude.
I'm not American, dude. It's a physical and political impossibility.
Yeah, and everyone knows, dude, I'm not political at all.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, I mean, but we all know. But the people outside my sphere don't, and so they once they hear, oh, Jason's Comics Gate, it's just instantly he's Republican. Let's kill him.
Republican,
I don't care, Republican, Democrat, left, right, up, down. Back this book.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the tiers real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go down. You know I'm blind, so tell me what we got here.
So we get it's very simple. We have a digital option called Digital Gardening for $8. There you get like digital copy of Tropical Magics. Then you have the simple installation, which is like the new cover, and we're including Juanca trading card, just like in the Indigo campaign.
Nice.
The RT Bear finishing touches at the same price. Dude, this is the last chance to get the RT Bear cover. He inked it, like I penciled it. Art inked it, and Oliver
so
from
cool.
656.
Hail Oliver, yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, this is an awesome piece of artwork, and Art has the original. Like, we're gonna auction that at some point. Like,
nice, dude. Yeah, I'd love to be inked by Art Bear. That'd be dope.
Yeah. In the full plumbing, you get the Tropical Magics cover A and the cover by Art at 45. We're not doing the making of book on this campaign because we want to keep it special for the people who back the book.
I think
first.
I do have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, but no. Things what?
The thing is, like, we're planning on making a full making of book once we reach book 4, which I want to make like a whole thing with the whole process with all the concepts and all the things. I mean, whenever I do a book, I do like a preliminary studies of everything that's going to go on the book. So there's also going to be like a lot of material and anecdotes on the production and whatnot. So
nice.
we want to make like a nice, like thick.
Yeah. So if you have the ones that are you going to offer one on each campaign though?
No.
And then just you had the one time, and then you have a full on one at the last.
Full on at the last.
Okay.
One. But it's going to be Jamaican dancehall thick. Okay.
Nice.
Thick.
We like that. I like this too. 3 tiers. I mean, it's a second chance campaign. You don't need to throw an entire everything at it. Just
I don't want to overcomplicate things.
And you shouldn't with the second chance. I think it should be as simple as it can get. And this is like you get one, you get the other, or you can get everything. And
exactly.
I like that. That's nice. You get the whole story. You can read it all, have fun. It'll take you maybe an hour to read it, unlike me. So yeah. I love this book, dude, and I love the artwork and the art style because this is a little different than our normal westernized. Like I said, I like that though. I like the different approaches. I'm a guy like we can go into the music thing. I like anywhere from Mr. Bungle to Lamb of God. Like I like it all. It's just what flavor do I want to listen to at that particular point? What do I want to look at?
I was very apprehensive in the beginning because my style is not a '90s style, and everybody's like pushing the '90s.
Same here.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not. Yeah.
And you get a little hesitant and worried, but you got it, and now people can actually back it now that missed out on that campaign, and you can pick it up, or if you really were like, hey, I want that extra, I want that other cover, I like that, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you can pick that up too, but it's a fun story. It's engaging. You have a lot of different elements in here. You're playing with different things. The characters are fun and they're excitable.
I kind of surprised myself with the world building because I didn't want to make a story with a scope this big, but it's just how it ended up.
Yeah, and
I'm very pleased with the results because the possibilities are endless. Like where it could go, because. Like the main baddie is an AI, very person to the times we're running called Lore, but there's something behind Lore, and that's going to be explored in book 3. So now I recruited Ginge to help me with the writing because, I speak coconut English, and he really like helped me shape the relationships because like I will write something and Ginge was like, "What are you trying to say here?" And I will tell him, and then he'll accommodate the
good.
For an American palette, and dude, we make the great team. So now the relationship with Juanca, Miguel, and Carla are gonna get like tighter. There's new factions coming in, new characters coming in. These are gonna affect the relationship with the two protagonists, and Nanny too, the robot. And also there's lots of Lim coming at you, and then the next book. So be on
Yeah.
the lookout.
Be on the lookout, everybody. Back link is pinned, and yeah, Mighty Magic. The book is great. I actually, like I said, I have it. I backed it, and yeah, Pedro's a friend, but I really love his art style, and his comic work and his animation. Oh, you're welcome, man.
Yeah.
And real quick, what's that, Angela?
He's the full package.
He is the full package, a giant 6'4" package. Before we go, real quick, you mentioned the YouTubes and stuff. So you yourself have a YouTube channel. You're gonna be. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, sure. Like right now, I'm streaming with Ginge on the Ginge and Pedro show, which is like a shill show. We come with basically what we're doing here. Like we talk about the creator and then his book and whatnot. But I'm coming up with my own channel now, and I want to make something different. And I know I'm different and special because my mom tells me every day.
You are very special, sir. We got to get you a helmet.
Yeah, a helmet and padded
elbows and knees. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the things
special
like
shoes.
Yeah. Oh, shoes with zipper on the sides.
There you go.
Oh no.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm starting an animation school. So, okay, I already have like 15 years of experience teaching animation. So I thought it would be good to not only impart the knowledge, but impart it in a way that I know people will learn. So what I'm doing right now is making short videos, isolating the principles of animation in different classes and different exercises. And those are going to be posted on my channel, Pedro Ang. And I'm thinking doing like a Friday 5 p.m., 6 p.m., depending on where like the people would like to meet up with me, so we can discuss how people are doing, and then set something like 8-on-1 classes, doing like by stream, but those are going to be private and behind a paywall because I need to buy some Cheerios. But if you don't want the I don't know, like the private classes, like just following the streams, you're going to advance. So
nice.
That's something that I want to just like first give back to the community and just bring up my presence within the. I mean, I'm always in the chats. I'm always in the Ginger Pedro show, but nobody's doing like animation classes at all.
No,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. So, not in our hemisphere anyway, but even then, that could also attract other people that aren't comic people that aren't even in our sphere that'll maybe go over to your channel and check it out. Yeah.
Yes, because I've seen like for example, I think this guy Shadiversity, like his brother Jayza, has like an animation channel. He's like 6 million like subscribers and whatnot. So people kind of dig animation, you know.
Well, especially nowadays, dude, with CG and CGI and everything like that. Yeah. But I think it's people see that and they're like, that's like flying before you even think to crawl. You know what I mean? So I think people need to get more introduced into like a 2D setting and get familiar with the fundamentals. And we discussed that earlier. So
the thing with learning CG without knowing the classical animation or the principles is that you're gonna make your animation look pretty, but it's not gonna move pretty.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, oh, why does it look like syrup? There's no weight in here. Or all those answers could be answered in Pedro Ang's channel. Coming at you.
Do you have any questions, Angela, or chat? Is there anything that we didn't touch on maybe that anybody wants to know?
Well, just to confirm, I did put your channel in the chat. Is that where the class is going to be, or are you going to create a?
Yeah, it's going to be there.
Okay, awesome.
Everybody go subscribe to Pedro. Also, do you have a question, Angela?
Oh no, there was a starred comment for you that I didn't want you to miss from.
What is it?
He says, heads up, Jason, no MMM tonight, but Wolvo and I are streaming City of Heroes using CG characters, and he's building Frog King.
Thank you.
Nice.
Anyway, and then I don't think Aaron or Shelly are tonight, so check your local YouTube listings.
Oh, that's a shame. Usually Shelly and Aaron Lepresti stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully they're fine and they're just out having dinner and having fun.
Or they just forgot to post it.
Or they forgot to post it.
Yeah, I've only streamed with Aaron once, and I think he hated me.
I have never been on a stream with him yet. So
I think because I kept calling him like Mr. Lopresti, and he said like,
you didn't call him Mr. Lopez.
No, the thing is like, dude, I had a teacher called Mr. Topisto. He was my science teacher in school, so
it's a form of respect.
It was like, hey, Mr. Lopresti, and I'm calling Art, and I'm calling him Mr. Lopresti. He was like, hey, Pedro, call me Art.
People view it as an age thing. To me, it's a sign of respect. It's a sign of respect, I think.
Oh, awesome. I'd imagine we can take care of that. We can take care of that, man.
Yeah. So just again, when are you starting classes? The animation classes?
Oh, so I'm gonna have the first 4 videos ready for the end of the month. I think I showed you guys one class. I don't know if you want to share that now so we can show it to people.
You know what? Let's do it real quick. Let's show people like what they can learn. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. See,
no
porn,
really cool.
no porn, no porn. Okay, here we go.
All right. So I don't want to share it if it's not. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the first class, guys, and it's very simple. This is an exercise you can do like in half an hour, and it's called the bouncing ball. So here we're isolating the first 2 principles of animation, and let me just turn this levels off. This is your layout, and what we are isolating here is the line of action and timing and spacing, right? So your line of action is basically the line that will describe the action on camera. In this case, it's 2 half parables and a full parable as the ball bounces, traversing through the screen. And the timing, we're talking about exposure here. In animation, in classical animation, you expose at 24 frames per second. I know in video games people do 60. You don't want to animate at 60 frames per second. It's just insane. It's a lot. Yes. It's already a lot of work.
It's overkill. It's overkill.
Yeah. It's already a lot of work at 24. So let's just stick to 24 for now. Yep. So now, if you're exposing at 24 frames per second, in your mind, you're gonna make the ball bounce twice and get off camera. Right? Mm-hmm. So let's just say it's 2 seconds. At 24 frames per second, we're talking about 48 frames. Right?
Right.
So once you get that settled down, how do you expose your drawings? There's something called exposing on ones or exposing on twos. When you expose on ones, it's 1 frame, 1 drawing. And that's good for fluid movement. But if you want to convey weight, you expose 1 drawing every 2 frames. That's called animating on twos. So for the sake of this exercise, we're going to animate on twos. So that makes it, if your animation is 2 seconds, you're doing 24 drawings of a ball traversing, okay, with the screen. Mm-hmm. So here, now you get your parables. You got the top of the parable and the edges of the parable. The ball is going to move faster at the edges of the parable and as opposed to the top. The ball accelerates as gravity pulls it down. The material will help it bounce. It will start losing momentum. So the balls are more close here. And why are the balls closer? Because your constant is the timing. So you convey speed with the space between drawings. So the space between ball 1 and 2, it's lower than the space between 2 and 3, and lower than the space between 3 and 4. You see? So that way you convey that the ball is gaining speed, and it starts to lose speed, gain speed again, and it goes out. Once you get that calculation, and I'm going to explain on the video like a little bit more clearly how you do these charts, which will help you like go from drawing 7 to drawing 18, from drawing 1 to drawing 7, from drawing 19 to drawing 24. So once you get that,
there you go.
Your ball.
There's your ball.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boing, boing,
boing, boingy, boingy.
boing.
Yeah.
And like Pedro and I had claimed backstage, we were talking about this. This actually applies to an insane amount of things that you will end up doing. Not only in animation, though. Here's the thing: this applies to traditional drawing too.
Yeah,
it conveys weight. It contains a lot of things that you learn to intricately develop and also place into like your traditional illustration that you might do. So Don't give away too much, Pedro. Don't give away too much.
No. Like I
got like
can
hordes
show,
of people that you're giving free classes to here.
I can show another one. Like, dude,
Thousands.
I'm not stingy with information. So,
Oh yeah,
so
here's
this
a
is
good question too. What software are you using?
Oh, this is OpenTunes, and the
Open.
things like you can follow these classes with the software you're choosing. I use OpenTunes because it's open source, but the principles are the principles. They can be applied wherever.
Yeah.
So here we have the flour sack exercise. So let me go to. So this is the third exercise. This is when you go from the first exercise where you isolate timing, spacing, and line of action. Now you go with overlapping action with the leaf exercise, and here you're combining the two. So timing and spacing is the same thing. So you got your flour sack. How many drawings are you going to do in between here? If it's going to go fast, lose momentum and come down. But now the overlapping is these little tassels. These tassels are going to follow the action. So the volumes, the lower volume and the upper volume of the sack are going to lead the action, and the tassels are going to follow. How do you follow? That's how you convey like weight and volume.
Yeah.
From that, let me just get rid of the layout here and bring out the sack.
The sack. Yeah, let him go.
Like the carpet from Aladdin.
Yeah. And then at the end, you see like a squash and stretch and settle. That's something that you keep on practicing so you can convey weight. Here's like extremely exaggerated so you can see it, but it can be really subtle. And that's the difference between serviceable animation and great animation.
Yep.
Also, if you want to learn how to clean it up, you can do it in vectors. And that's a capability that
look at how smooth that is.
That's awesome.
And like I said, this can also be then placed into, like, if you're drawing something that's flying through the air, you can know where, like, if it was started at one point, but he's at another point now, you can actually, like, if you see Frog G, his tip of his beard will sometimes be in a totally different place, but that's because of movement. He was in that place, but now he's somewhere else, even though the tip of the beard is still over there, because it just hasn't caught up with him yet. So these lessons can be, integrated over into your traditional style. Your regular, just flat out one illustration. So
I mean, comic book art is not the enemy of animation, or vice versa. Like they feed each other. So that's something that I think it's going to elevate. Like a lot of people, like they're hiring me to do their trailers. I want to come to a point where I can hire them so we can make series.
And it would be dope, dude, because I could see Frog G Saturday morning cartoon.
Come on.
That's a plan.
How much math do you need to know to do animation?
Math?
Yeah.
No, there's no math. No math. It's all hard.
Hey. That sounds nice.
Right here.
Got a lot of hard.
Right here.
Awesome.
Nice. Thank you for that little teaser, little in-depth. Everybody go subscribe over to PEDRO's channel. You can then take the lessons and become an animator yourself and replace him. And I will hire you to do the next Frog G trailer.
That's the thing with animation. Like there's no replacing animators. It's just so much things to do.
Yeah. And only more is better in that regard too, anyway. Because, like you said, you can then get a team together and produce a bigger project. So it's actually a perk.
Dude, and the things like I'm talking with people.
You're talking with me right now.
No, but I'm talking with people.
Sorry. Okay.
In our underwear and.
Oh, nice.
And the
with oiled up, I hope.
Oiled up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that shimmer.
That
sheen, and we're talking about some very interesting IPs to bring them into animation. Like how not like monetize, because the thing is like animation is hard because animation is more of a promotional tool more so than a monetizing tool. But if we use animation properly, we can move way more books.
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
That's the final goal.
And I mean, we're don't worry, folks in the chat. We're ending soon, but like Jim Cox is in the chat, and he's said plenty of times he doesn't really watch the trailers, but I think even with an animated trailer, then you might even get people like Jim to be like, oh, I really want to watch it now. You know what I mean? Because it's like you got a 30-second little short, you know what I mean? Little cartoon that dude, I love cartoons. Come on, man. So, you know, and maybe that'll help push books. Be like, oh, did you see that trailer over on Tropical Magic? It's animated. It's so cool.
But picture this. Like, if we make, let's just say we grab Absolute and we turn issue 1 into an 7-minute short.
Yeah,
and then we do like the CG animated hour or whatever, or what we call it. That name is whatever, but just come with a place where all the CG shorts are, and it's just like, okay, you want Absolute, you want the full story, go to this store and get Absolute in comic book form, and that's what manga does. Like the anime moves the books.
Yeah,
but this is the same thing, man.
It's a good concept. I like the idea. Yeah, and that's the way it should work. They feed off of one another, and it's nice.
Exactly.
Like I kind of wanted to do the thought of doing maybe like the animated comic. You know what I mean? Like have the still and just parts of it move, and somebody narrates and reads it and stuff like that. It's just something that would be kind of fun, and I know that's not that really difficult to do compared to a full-on animation.
If I could show you the things I'm doing, man,
it would be dope, dude. Oh, and see, I forgot to broadcast to Facebook and Twitter. That's my boomer fault. Sorry, dude. Yeah. Boomer Jason. I mean, what can you do? But I'll share the link maybe to Facebook. Yeah. Then. Who knows? But thank you, Pedro, for coming on. Appreciate it.
It was awesome. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, dude, this was fun. Hope you get some backers. And you know, everybody in the chats over there. Share out Tropical Magics. Get that second. You get them some backers. You know, if you missed out on it, it's a fun story. Yeah. You will like it. You will love it, and you'll want to get the next one to see where it goes.
We need $500 just to print more books, man. Like that's.
I missed out on it, and I'm going to get it this time. So thank you for re-releasing it.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And so there you go. Any last words, Pedro?
Sherbet. I don't know.
I like sherbet.
That's a nice last word.
Is it sherbet or sherbet?
I don't know.
It's sherbet. There's no sherbet. R. It's SHERBET.
Yeah, because down here we call it Nieves. So
there you go. Finer words couldn't have been spoken. Yeah. Everybody go back Absolute Trade currently on Indiegogo.
All right. Hey, Jimmy, you're late.
Who's late?
Jimmy in the chat.
Jimmy Reyes.
What's up, Jimmy?
We're ending, Jimmy.
We're ending, Jimmy.
We're ending. What are you doing, Jim? Thank you once again, everybody, for watching. Have a great one.
Matt's here too. What's going on?
What?
Matt's here.
In here.
Matt.
Look at that.
Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm trying to. What happened?
Long day,